This is recording 850. Listen next, 850. This podcast is a part of my series, Speaking to the CIA. You can find me at speakingtothecia.com or ChristinaStation918.com. Okay, so I've got a bunch of different odds and ends here, so I'm going to go through this with you. So the first thing that I want to talk about, okay, I haven't put this in my podcast yet. I decoded it. I'm like, I know there's probably all kinds of stuff around it and behind it. She's probably got all kinds of terrorism in it and everything else. But I'm not gonna just tell you, I'm gonna give you my childhood. I'm not giving you my childhood. I'm telling you what she did to me as a child. And then you can figure it out by doing the initials and doing the decode and all of that. So I'm not even going to break it down that far, but that's what you would want to do to figure out what terrorism that she has planned and what crimes she committed in the past and what crimes she's probably committing present day. So, and then what terrorism she plans on committing in the future. Okay, so when I was little, my mom and Jeff used to go to the lake all the time. They're big time Lakers, okay? They went to Roosevelt Lake all the time, which is in kind of south central Arizona, and then started going to Lake Powell, which is in northern Arizona, and also in southern Utah, and eventually they moved up to Page, Arizona, which is the city adjacent to Lake Powell. Okay, so anyway, they both water ski, okay, and my stepdad Jeff, he was excellent at water skiing. He could ski on one ski, and when he skied forever. He would not get tired. He skied forever. So, anyway, okay, so my job was, I was in grade school. My job was whenever my mom or my stepdad Jeff went down in the water, like they fell, you know what I mean? Ski time is over. You got to go pick them up in the boat. Okay, whenever someone is down, or if they fall, or if they crash, or they're done, okay, my job was to hold the flag, okay? So my mom and Jeff had a little flag, and it was bright orange, and my job was to hold the flag, and I had to hold the flag, and if the flag would go down, my mom or Jeff would be like, put the flag back up, hold the flag, that's your job, hold the flag, hold the flag, hold the flag, hold the flag. So anyway, I was little, and holding the flag was not something that I wanted to do. It would be fun for a minute, and then it wasn't fun, because it was just hold the flag, hold the flag, hold the flag, hold the flag, hold the flag. And my arms would be burning. Now, this is just a part of like being a little kid, and you're with your family and family memories and whatnot. But gene icing using ICE is artificial intelligence, robotic technology. Gene Roberts and her Manson occult using ICE on us to control our lives, and then putting there's stuff behind all this. So it's not just a regular silly childhood memory. It's something that I decode, and I find out all kinds of terrorism that Gene Roberts committed with her Manson occult / KKK. Present, past, present, and future. So it's everything is significant. Everything means something. So anyway, sitting on the holding the flag And then I would be sitting on an igloo. Okay, so the igloo was as important as the flag. Okay, all right, so later on, I grow up. Okay, let's fast forward to present day here. So later on, I get to Slidell, and I'm living at my real dad's house, and I start like decoding all of this, and I'm like decoding the igloo, and I'm decoding the flag, and I'm realizing that she plans to crash the government in the future. I didn't understand the significance of orange to her yet. In fact, I tried to use orange to say Minister Louis Farrakhan, and then they were like, Gene Roberts tricked you into using orange to stand for Minister Louis Farrakhan, but we love it, so we're keeping it. So people still keep it. People still use orange for Minister Louis Farrakhan. But anyway, so like the orange didn't mean anything to me yet. I hadn't figured out orange, okay? All I knew with orange is orange is my mom's favorite color. I know that somebody's trying to control my speech. When I was at Roosevelt, stop trying to talk over me. I don't care who you clip stitch to trying to pretend to be me. Knock it off. Anyway, when I was little at Roosevelt Lake and the orange snake slithered over my right foot. So anyway, but the orange I didn't know anything yet. I was still in the beginning of decode, so the orange, I didn't pick up on that yet. But orange is also the color of fall. And then the water skiing, so that's her future plans of doing the World Trade Center attack. And also ski, okay? There is ski in everything, like Ted Kaczynski, which means Ted Kaczynski was involved in helping her do the World Trade Center attack, which I know you guys already know that because she and him, along with Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols, did the Oklahoma City bombing. Okay? So, anyway, so you see ski in everything. Okay? So, and ski is Polish. So even that, like the water skiing and that the ice skiing, she's using Charlie Brown there too. The ice skating, because you need the poles to ice skate. Okay, so anyway, so it was in Slidell. So then I saw on a coin it's an actual coin that's in U.S. currency circulation. And I don't remember what it was, though, but it was a coin, and I believe it was Susan B. Anthony, and she was a sitting Statue of Liberty. It's a coin in circulation. I believe it's a coin. I know it's some kind of coin. I know it's a coin in circulation. She is, and that's what Jean is putting into my brain when I'm looking at this coin, because she knows I just figured out there's something going on with my childhood. Like my childhood is being controlled, and Jean is like trying to screw with me in my brain, thinking she's getting the heck away with it. So anyway, so this coin, it's like a little sitting Statue of Liberty. So that's how she was icing me when I was little. So she was making fun of my dad, also Agent Orange, I remember that because I decoded Agent Orange, and I remember that when I decoded the flag. She was making fun of my dad being a Vietnam veteran and making fun of me being a baby boomer. I'm Generation X, the generation born right after the Vietnam War. She's making fun of me. She's bragging about planning to crash the government. She's bragging about being Charles, being the leader, Charles Manson. Anyway, so there's a whole lot going there. So you can see all that just from what I told you. And then if you take the initials of everything of my memory, you're going to be able to decode ciphers out of it. So another thing that's in this is Roman Polanski, Charles Manson. So another thing is okay, you guys know Jean's the leader of Charles Manson. You guys know I'm a Scorpio child. You know she denies that to everybody. Christina's not the Scorpio child in WA, baby. I don't know what anybody's talking about. Yes, I am. That's why I'm turning you in, Jean. You're not going to use me or my family or run around committing terrorism pretending to be me. You're not going to do that. You're going to jail. I decoded it. I know your plans for my life. I know you stalked me all my life. I just got done decoding. I just got done talking about something you did to me and my family when I was little. You have stalked me and my family all of my life. So anyway, so when I was little also, I've already got this in my podcast, but this goes to this, okay? So, whenever I would get in trouble, okay, and I'd start crying, Jeff would call me a martyr. He would be like, you're a martyr. You're a martyr. He would always call me a martyr all the time, which would make me cry even more. I didn't even know what martyr meant, and it would just make me cry. Then when I got older, the martyr word had like, I had like trauma with the word. Like, I don't want to hear the word martyr. I don't want to hear that. Because it triggers back to me being a kid. So, but anyway, the good news is, since start decoding my whole life this past 10 years, I don't have trauma with that word anymore. Because I know Jean was using ice on my stepdad, Jeff. And she was pre-planning to do the World Trade Center attack. And she was using my mom and my stepdad. She was using everybody. And she was going to try to frame and blame is what she was going to try to do. And then, including me, everyone. And then she thought I would just grow up and, because all this started, to kick off the spiral downhill, like I told you, started when I turned 46 years old. So or 40, it's 46. It'll be 10 years this year. 45 or 46 years old, I can't remember. You'd have to go back and look and see. But anyway. So, I'm like, she thought that I would be so exhausted. Because that's part of her con too. To tire people, to exhaust people, to wear people out. Like I told you, see all forms of the word wear. To wear people out, to exhaust them. So, anyway, that I would be too tired. I would figure out what she did. I would try to tell on her. She'd steal from me. She'd pretend to be me. She'd go live in her fantasy universe, having all these freaking identities she's stolen of people that she's killed and assaulted for 60 years. One of them, Sharon Tate. She went and she wants to do the same thing, and she just wants to get away with all of it. And then I'm silenced and I can never tell her. And she thought I would be too exhausted and unable to turn her in. And she underestimated me. Okay, so anyway, another thing that Jean does is, okay, so remember when Jeff said that about me when I was little? And she iced Jeff, okay? Jean, in her racket, wants to do the World Trade Center attack and then pose as a martyr, okay? And how she does that is, I find out that she did it. She turns around and blames the military, and the military goes, oh my God, Three Musketeers, oh my God, Jean, oh my God. And Jean is worshipped and idolized, and everything is all the big bad military's fault. And don't you dare, Christina, don't you dare talk to anybody in the military. Don't you dare. Jeans are precious. If you only know the stunt she pulled last night. And somebody called her ass out on it today. She started trying to take a lie-ass go at me today. And somebody said, you know how you can tell? Look how Jean just went at Christina and Christina's brain. That's how you can tell Jean Roberts is a con. Because what would a normal person be doing? If what Jean had said, if what Jean was saying, what she just said in Christina's brain was true, what would they be doing? Where would they be? Jean is full of shit. Anyway, so she is holding people hostage. She desperately wants attention. She desperately wants to blame everyone else. And she will put on acts and stunts and skits to try to fool the hell out of people and then walk herself around like the crown glory of all that ever was. Jean Jernigan Roberts of Milton, Florida. And then she'll tell you it's everybody else. So anyway, she committed stolen valor. I decoded it. I've told you guys that a million times. I've decoded so much crime that Jean has committed. I've been decoding her crimes for 10 years. So anyway, so that's part of Jean's plan, is to pose herself as a martyr, and a part of that is stealing me, my identity, my childhood. Now, what she does today, she still tries to do that today, but what she tries to do today is she tries to pretend that it's the big bad cartel, and that me and all of my family, and then she's talking for me and they're ordering for her to talk as me. And that me and my family are all just hunkered together somewhere, all just clinging on. And it's the big bad cartel. And now that lie's wearing off, and now it's big bad China. I mean, it's just one antic after another with Jean. She's holding people hostage. She is a terrorist. She's got access to nuclear. I have her turned in. Okay. So, actually, let me see. Where did I go here? Where do I want to start here? You know what? I'm going to end this recording. This is a good ending point. And then I'm going to do another one.